Controversial conversations ahead. You've been warned. As I've stated in previous videos, I've been doing a lot of shadow work. It's very much a time where I'm living for my lower self. In order for me to rise, just like how you rise out of a lake, all the water has to drip off of you. For that water, for that dark energy, for that sludge to drip off of me, I have to answer some hard-hitting questions for myself, or at the very least, propose some questions that I have for myself and for the world. And that will set me up for my next leg of my spiritual ascension, right? So one of the things I wanted to bring up, and this is more so to the spiritual conscious community in particular, I got some questions for y'all, okay? Because some of y'all showed y'all's true colors during that pandemic. Some of y'all showed y'all's true colors, but we'll get to that in a minute. One of the things that I've developed is the mantra, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And we all have our different types of protection, whether that's wearing obsidian, hematite, whether that's doing offerings to whoever you pray to, your orishas, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever, right? Or if it's your science that protects you from everything, whatever, I don't care. Everybody at some point had some belief system before that pandemic, right? What happened to that? This is why I point my fingers at some of y'all in the spiritual conscious community. Y'all be so quick to say, I'm protected. I'm bathed in the divine protective light. But then you got scared that you were going to lose your so-called job and you raised your sleeve. You see? So which one is more powerful? Your divine protection or this man-made shot? I'm just asking questions for a friend. Before we get deep into it and before I go off the rails, I want to make it very clear that I'm not pretending that I have all the answers. I'm just really about calling people out. I'm really about saying, are you really about all that stuff that you're preaching? All that stuff that you're trying to force feed the people around you because you're so spiritual, you're so conscious, your third eye wide open. But then some little man-made thing comes up and then you get scared. But you had divine protection though. So God, Buddha, Source, Jesus, whoever, is less powerful than your job, is less powerful than that thing. Okay, I guess if that's the world you live in, and make sure I do not subscribe to your ideology. That's just me, But then more specifically, I want to call out some of the big wigs in our ranks, right? Now, there was a lot of hot takes. That was like the biggest level of fear I have ever seen at a societal level, at a collective level. There was so much fear. And I'm just sitting here looking at everybody, whether it's the sheeple and the bots out there or the so-called spiritual protected people. And I'm just looking at everyone running around panicking like chickens with their heads cut off. I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? All these people talking about, oh, I ain't never getting that. I ain't never getting that. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And the second that job was in question, all of a sudden, everyone switched their tone. And I've used this example before when I was driving around and that was first getting started. And the company was telling people that they were expecting us to get it, right? One of the things I noticed was all the people that I was riding with seemed so brave when they were around me. And then when I didn't talk to them for a couple of weeks, oh yeah, I caved and got it, bro. See, I don't care one way or another whether you got it or not. That is something I actually do not care about. My thing is, you are a man. You are a so-called queen, a goddess over here. And you went back on your word on something that you said that you were not going to put into your body for money, for security, for safety. I'm just asking some questions. How many of y'all just thought that was just going to glide by? But see, I'm going off the rails. Let me get back to it. Some of these big wigs out here, we're out here preaching this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Now, I got some questions, big wigs. What makes you the all-seeing, what makes you the all-powerful voice of what's true and what's not? There have been so many hot takes that y'all have had that simply have not come to pass. Y'all were the main ones inflicting fear amongst your own followers. This is why I could never follow anyone. I can sit down and listen to you. If you got some cool points, I'll write them down and I'll go adopt them. You know what I'm saying? But I can never say, oh, every time they post, I have to watch it. Every time. Not me. Because the same people that be acting like they're so high and mighty be the biggest ones pumping fear to you. If you got it, I'm sorry, fam, it's over. If you got it, you're turned to a zombie. If you got it, you got the kill switch put into you. Huh? So we all be running around screaming about how we got our God DNA, our God DEA, all this type of stuff. High vibrational people are too high vibrational for this to even work on them. And you're just saying, if you got it, it's over. What kind of God do you believe in? And I'm not talking about the old Christian God and whatever. I just mean, what higher power do you believe in that some man-made thing can cut you off from your divine birthright? I'm sorry, that don't make no sense to me. This is this type of stuff I hope I'm right about. I hope I'm right about everything I say in these things, because in all actuality, I don't want to be wrong on this, because that means all that doomsday naysayer shit is going to be accurate. And if that comes to pass, oof. Some of the people I used to follow heavy, I don't follow anymore because they were pumping fear. If you got it, you're not going to be able to have kids. If you got it, your blood's going to clot. I did the same research as you, and I do know indeed what you are talking about. But there is something going on here. You go to a light switch and it flips on and off 100%, assuming that the bulb doesn't die. But 100% accuracy, you flip that switch, something is going to happen. People that got it, some people got malevolent effects, and some people were just perfectly fine, right? So, and once again, I've done the research on this. I have my side of it. I spoke on this. This is what got me so vocal. This is what got my video taken off of YouTube. So I knew I was on the money with something. But like I said, I always go back to Eddie Griffin. He was saying, I think our immune system's pissed it out. It didn't work the way it thought it was going to. You see what I'm saying? So then this is when I get a little, because like attracts like. The fear mongers will attract a whole bunch of scared people. I was in particular people's lives, and like I was just listening to the people that gravitate towards them. And the level of fear that was being brought up. Oh, I got this, and I didn't get it, but my partner did. And fam. Well, you need to separate yourself. You need to get away from them. You need to... So, okay. So let's just say you guys are right. All the big wigs that are telling you that everyone that got it is dead. Let's have a quick conversation real quick. So you just been antisocial. You just been living in the woods since all this happened. So you ain't never not once went to the grocery store. You ain't never not once got gas in your car. You ain't never not once been in some type of public setting where there was a large mass of people. So wait, if it was so infectious, if everyone that got it is walking around like walking biohazard, then that means regardless of what you do, you are going to come in contact with it, especially if you've gone to a dine-in restaurant. How much fear am I supposed to be living in? How isolated am I supposed to be simply because someone chose to do a medical procedure that they had no information on? Don't get me wrong, people that got it. I'm just looking at y'all because y'all did no research. And you're going to find out that the truth will come out, and I don't know what that truth is, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it didn't do what it was supposed to do. That's all I'm going to say, Y'all have to be careful who y'all follow, man, because there be these people out here, these big wigs, and don't get me wrong, they be waking people up. They be like, teaching you some stuff. They teach me things. But then they get to a certain point where you have to remember that these are individuals and they have their own agenda. I'm not saying that their agenda is an automatically negative thing. I'm just saying that they are still going to have their own personal views, their own feelings toward things. Me, on the other hand, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You can't fuck with me because I have divine protection. Everything that I am guided to, I am divinely led. So if I'm supposed to do something, that is what I'm supposed to do, because at a higher level, that was my part of my path. There is no fear in my heart. I stood 10 toes down for what I believed in. I got fired from my job because I refused to get it. They made up some excuse, but that's what it was about. I don't care because I know that I'm going to be provided for. Did things get scary for me? Yeah. Did things get stressful? Yeah. But I have my beliefs that are unshakable, that are unbreakable. But some of y'all be so quick to wear your dashikis, wear your crystals, have your mantras, burning your sage, all these little cute little exercises, but they clearly have no belief. You truly have no real belief in them because you cracked. You caved, and you got something that some person that you've never met forced you to get. This is the type of stuff, people, that I am here to tell y'all about. Think for yourself. Do what you think is best for you. In the event that a situation like this happens again, do your research and stand on your principles. You're a parent and you injected your child with something to which you do not know not one rare ingredient in, and you just let them stick that in your child. Do what you want with your body, but you endangered your child by injecting something into which you don't know not one ingredient. You see, that's what bothers me. You see, because I am a huge proponent for protecting the children. I think we all are, but I take that shit serious because of some of the research I've seen. Some of the images and videos that I've seen, they kind of live in my head. And you just put them on the conveyor belt. You need to be a better parent. I'm not a parent yet, so this is a hot take coming from me, but you need to be a better parent. When they are forcing your child to do things, you as a parent need to stop being lazy and trusting other people with your child's safety and health and be like, wait a minute, okay, I do trust the doctor, the pharmaceutical industry for some reason. But even though I trust you, let me do my due diligence as a parent, as a sovereign citizen, as an individual being to say, is this something that is right for me? Because in all honesty, coming back towards the spiritual community and such, I'd be like, okay, all of these people got it. And some of y'all don't have friends no more. Some of y'all have severed ties with your family, based off of the decisions that you made. Okay. And some of them are still kicking. Yes, some people had instant bad effects. And some of these things are still making themselves known. I might be jumping the gun with this video, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to realize that no one has all the answers. If you guys are doing your meditations, if you guys are astral traveling, if you guys are doing all this type of stuff, why couldn't you see what's coming? Why couldn't you see that this was all a plan? Why couldn't you see that this was all a method of control? Say, why couldn't you see that? You can jump to other universes, but you couldn't see this third dimensional stuff? I'm just asking questions for a friend. That's the type of stuff that really does confuse me. But then at the same time, the same way that I don't trust these pharmaceutical people, I don't trust people with these hot takes. I remember during all this, they said, oh, this is collapsing. This is the people's, all the owners' dogs will turn against them. I ain't seen not near one dog eat their owner. So y'all still believe in these people? Everything that they say, you just believe everything that they say? See, when I speak, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking what I'm thinking about stuff. You can take it or leave it. I don't care. These people over here speaking in the ancient tongue of our people. What? People over here said it's their duty to come heal, and for their healing services, they're charging like thousands of dollars for like a guided meditation. I'm paying you thousands of dollars so I can sit there and close my eyes and go to somewhere that I can do on my own? Thousands of dollars. So your people, especially us, your people are being stretched thin with this inflation and all this type of stuff, and you still have the nerve to charge thousands of dollars for a meditation? Or I'm supposed to trust that you're the only one that could do this type of a spiritual procedure? That, man, fuck out of my face, dog. See, what some of y'all be like, what are you for? I'm for me. I'm for protecting me and mine. That is what I'm here to do. So when I see these big wigs out here, these popular people getting bigger on these platforms, once again, I'm not hating on the come up. I'm just saying that don't sit right with me. For those of you that were in the lives, you know what I'm talking about. And there was a particular question that was asked, like, should you charge for your spiritual services and stuff? Now I get it to a certain degree. You have to make some bread. You got to make some money. You got to pay the bills, and you should do it with your skills and your gifts. There's nothing wrong with that. But some of these prices be astronomical to the point I'm just like, for that? You don't even pay thousands of dollars for that? Other places when we be selling crystals and they use these cute little numbers. I played the game a little bit, but I don't push my shit, you know. But it's like, you know, like they pay it like $333 for like $333 for an amethyst bracelet. What? Like, you think that's cute because you're just using synchronistic numbers? See, I don't know, dog. Like, once again, I'm all about prosperity. I'm all about support and all that type of stuff. But you gotta be realistic too. You know, it's like, I'm here to support small businesses. I'm here to support like the spiritual, you know, spiritual stores and stuff. But like, come on, fam. Sometimes I bet I'm good. I'll just go sit out in the sun. Y'all have to do more thinking, people. All of you out there. Jabbed, not jabbed. You need to do more thinking. Just because you're spiritual does not mean you're always right. Like I said, I hope to God I'm right about everything I said in this video. I hope I'm right. Because if they're right, I don't want to live in that reality. I'm a quantum jump up out of that reality and be somewhere else where I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? These people say stuff and y'all just buy into it. You just instantly just hear, just boom, I'm this is what I do now. Oh, yeah, they said that, so that's what I'm doing now. Like, along this come up with me making this this channel and people that reach out to me directly, you know, I find it interesting that a lot of y'all have the same vernacular over people that, like, you know, I used to listen to. You use the exact same words, and that just simply tells me that you ain't doing your own thinking. Now, I get it. You know, there might be something that you agree with, and it's, hey, I adopt it, and that's cool, fine. We're never going to agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'd be like, okay, like now someone told me about veganism. I almost died being vegan. So you watching Shaved Lion King, huh? That's exactly who I knew who you were listening to the instant you said that particular phrase. When y'all say other things, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly who you got it from. I'm well researched. You know, you got all these people, but, oh, I'm reading into you, fam. Oh, I'm doing this, fam. I'm watching this, fam. I'm doing this. And what's happening? Yes. Is the elites getting rounded up? All these pedophiles out here being rounded up behind the scenes? Yes, that is happening. But some people be using that information, pretending like they're in the know of some secret cosmic information when you're just in the conspiracy channel. That's actually a little less conspiracy than truth. You know what I'm saying? It's more truth than conspiracy. But nevertheless, I'd be like, I know where you're getting all your stuff from. And you trying to act like I don't know this? See, it's how do we get the same inkling and I know we're in the same channels? But you're acting like this is cosmic and all. Hey, like I said, man, I'm just an individual out here thinking and asking questions, you know? Before I say anything that gets me in too much trouble and pisses people off, till the next one.